Hello, I'm Lorne Greene. For a moment, imagine yourself among thousands overseas.
Lorne Greene may have smiled as Ben Cartwright on Bonanza, but off-camera, his life was far from perfect. He clashed with co-stars, saw his first marriage fall apart as fame took over, and even used his influence to reshape television. Beyond acting, he made a fortune from an invention that changed broadcasting. Born Lyon Hyman Greene on February 12, 1915, in Ottawa, Canada, he was the son of Jewish immigrants from the Russian Empire. Though early school records listed him as Hyman, he later changed his name to Lorne, though even his family wasn't sure when. Growing up, he saw hardship firsthand when his father, a shoemaker, lost everything in the 1929 stock market crash. Despite financial struggles, his parents ensured he got a good education. Initially encouraged to become a concert violinist, Greene discovered his passion for acting as a drama instructor at Camp Arahan. However, when he enrolled at Queen's University in 1932, it was to study chemical engineering. That changed when he joined the university's drama guild and began performing on campus radio. His deep, commanding voice stood out, prompting him to switch his major to languages. By 1937, he had decided he was going to be an actor. Greene trained at New York's neighborhood playhouse under Sanford Meisner, but struggled to find work. In 1939, he returned to Canada and joined the CBC as a radio announcer. His powerful voice made an impact, earning him the nickname the Voice of Canada. When World War II broke out, he became CBC's principal newsreader, delivering grim war reports. His delivery was so intense that he became known as the Voice of Doom. While at CBC, Greene invented a backward-running stopwatch that counted down instead of up, revolutionizing broadcast timing. This small but crucial innovation became a standard tool in radio and television, bringing him financial success. In 1945, he founded the Lorne Greene Academy of Radio Arts, training future stars like Leslie Nielsen and James Doohan. Despite its success, financial difficulties forced the academy to close in 1952. Greene then moved to Hollywood, where his deep voice became both an asset and a limitation. Casting directors saw him as too serious, restricting him to authoritative roles. He took freelance acting jobs and appeared in live TV productions before landing the title role in Othello on Broadway in 1953. His first Hollywood film, The Silver Chalice, 1954, was Paul Newman's debut, but received mixed reviews. Struggling with typecasting, Greene leaned into roles that fit his strong presence. He performed in plays like The Prescott Proposals, 1953, and Edwin Booth, 1958, while also appearing in TV shows such as Sailor of Fortune and Alfred Hitchcock Presents. His career took a defining turn when Leslie Nielsen gave him career-altering advice. If he played the father in Bonanza, he would become the heart of the show. In 1959, at age 44, Greene accepted the role of Ben Cartwright, a decision that changed everything. Bonanza premiered on NBC on September 12, 1959, becoming one of the first TV series broadcast in color. Greene's deep voice and commanding presence made him the perfect choice, shaping Ben Cartwright into a wise and caring father figure. The role not only made him a household name, but cemented his place in television history. Lorne Greene's decision to play Ben Cartwright didn't just define his career, it helped Bonanza become one of the longest-running and most beloved westerns in TV history. Spanning 14 seasons from 1959 to 1973, the show delivered 432 episodes, with Greene appearing in every single one. More than just another cowboy series, Bonanza became a weekly tradition for millions, offering stories about family, morality, and justice. At the heart of the show was Ben Cartwright, a widowed father raising 3 sons on the Ponderosa Ranch in Nevada. Each son, Adam, Pernell Roberts, Hoss, Dan Blocker, and little Joe, Michael Landon, had a different mother, bringing diverse personalities into the family dynamic. Bonanza was about more than shootouts and outlaws. It was about love, loyalty, and doing the right thing. Greene's deep voice and commanding presence made Ben Cartwright a legendary TV father, a role so impactful that in 2007, TV Guide ranked him the second most beloved TV dad of all time. Greene helped shape the character over time. Early on, Ben was strict and quoted scripture often, but Greene wanted more: warmth, humor, and depth. His influence made the character feel real, setting Bonanza apart from other westerns. He also pushed for the show to tackle meaningful themes, advocating for episodes that addressed social issues like racism, prejudice, and justice. In 1964, enter Thomas Bowers. Bonanza took a stand against racial discrimination, something rare for TV at the time. Beyond acting, Greene found unexpected success in music. In 1964, he released Ringo, a spoken-word ballad about an outlaw. Thanks to its dramatic storytelling and a little help from Beatlemania, the song became a massive hit, reaching #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Few actors have ever topped the music charts while starring in a hit TV show, but Greene managed both. He followed up with several Western-inspired albums, blending narration with country ballads in a style reminiscent of Marty Robbins. Off-screen, Greene was more than just a co-star. He was a mentor. He formed close friendships with Michael Landon and Dan Blocker, even recording music together and touring. But his relationship with Pernell Roberts was different. Roberts, a classically trained actor, found Bonanza repetitive and creatively limiting. He often clashed with Greene and publicly criticized the show's scripts. After 6 seasons, he left in 1965 in search of more challenging roles. Despite Greene's attempts to convince him to stay, his departure left tensions behind, particularly with Michael Landon, whom Roberts frequently criticized. Through cast changes and behind-the-scenes drama, Greene remained the steady force that kept Bonanza together. His leadership and warmth created a family-like atmosphere on set, something audiences could feel through the screen. Greene's personal life reflected 2 very different phases of his journey. He married Rita Hands in 1938, long before fame, and they had twins, Belinda Susan and Charles, in 1944. But Hollywood's demands took their toll, and by 1960, just as Bonanza was making him a household name, their marriage ended in divorce. The following year, he married Nancy Deal, an actress and activist with a passion for political change. Their daughter, Jillian, was born in 1968, and this marriage lasted until Greene's death. Nancy was not just his wife, but a powerful advocate, co-founding the National Women's Political Caucus and working on foreign policy and women's rights. In 1987, Greene underwent ulcer surgery. Complications arose. He passed away on September 11th, with Nancy by his side. Even in his final years, he remained devoted to his family. His daughter, Belinda Susan Bennett, later wrote My Father's Voice, sharing the personal side of the man millions knew as Ben Cartwright. Lorne Greene was more than an actor. He was a storyteller, a musician, an innovator, and a father figure, both on and off the screen. His legacy lives on, not just in Bonanza, but in the impact he left on television and entertainment. Despite his long hours on set, Lorne Greene always made time for his family. At home, he was as warm and approachable as the father figure he played on Bonanza. His dedication extended beyond his household. He formed close bonds with his co-stars, guiding them in business ventures that made them millionaires by the mid-1960s. For 14 years, Greene embodied Ben Cartwright, the wise and steadfast patriarch of the Cartwright family. When Bonanza ended in 1973, he faced a defining moment. Would he always be known as a Western star, or could he reinvent himself? Lorne Greene, best known as Ben Cartwright on Bonanza, surprised audiences in 1978 by stepping into science fiction as Commander Adama in Battlestar Galactica. Initially hesitant, he embraced the role, bringing wisdom and authority to the character. Despite a massive budget and groundbreaking effects, the show lasted just 1 season but became a cult classic. Beyond acting, Greene had a #1 music hit with Ringo, hosted the award-winning Lorne Greene's New Wilderness, and mentored young actors like William Shatner. A quiet philanthropist, he supported wildlife conservation and cancer research. Greene passed away in 1987 at 72, leaving behind a legacy of storytelling, leadership, and generosity that still resonates today. Lorne Greene's passing in 1987 came just before he was set to reprise his role as Ben Cartwright in Bonanza, The Next Generation. Without him, the show was reworked. But for many fans, Bonanza wasn't the same without its patriarch. Over 500 people attended his funeral, including co-stars Michael Landon and Pernell Roberts. Tributes poured in, and Bonanza reruns surged as fans revisited the beloved series. Greene's legacy extended far beyond TV. He was honored with the Order of Canada, a Hollywood Walk of Fame star, and a commemorative Canada Post stamp. Before Bonanza, he was the voice of Canada during World War II, later using his influence to fight racial discrimination. More than just an actor, he was a mentor, philanthropist, and storyteller. Decades later, his deep, authoritative voice and iconic roles continue to inspire.